Hey guys, welcome back to channel Techno. Yes, we are back after so long. Probably because I was having some kind of vacation. But yeah, we are back today, and today we are taking a look at an amazing website called Scratch. I mean, you might know this surfing around the web trying to search for some kind of simulators, and you might have even landed on that site. And it's great. You basically make anything you want using these blocks, and yeah, that's about it, to be honest. So yeah, that's what I'm going to teach you today. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so first of all, let's launch your browser. Then you need to type this link called scratch.mit. As you can see, it's probably scratch. You can, even if you enter just the scratch, it would come up. So yeah, when you do it, you land on this page. It's pretty good, huh? Okay, so to create a new project, I mean, it's recommended for you to sign in first, and because you can save your projects to the cloud, but I'm not doing it. You can do it. So let's click on this create button to create a new project. Then you will get this screen showing creating project, loading sounds and stuff. And you get this quick tutorial, and you wanna just close it out. Okay. So as you can see, you land on this interface, which might seem quite familiar, but let me tell you what are these things. This thing, which is called the stage, is where you can see it's like an preview thing. Whatever the code you do, you can see it here by clicking this flag. It's not necessary. If you will find out why it's not necessary, but most of the times you have to click this flag to start, and always when you want to stop the code, you have to click this red button which says stop. So then you have all these controls. This is the direction, x0, y0. Then you can just show and just hide. Then you have the size of the sprite and the direction. Then you can have multiple sprites. The character which you use here is called a sprite. Then these are the backdrops, basically the background which you have. You can customize it, and of course it's coming up in the later videos in this series. So then you have all these different tabs with these all different blocks for the commands, and we are going to dive deep today in the motion tab and the first 3 blocks of the event tab. The next ones are basically for the next video in this series. The next tab you have is the costumes. Also, this is part for another video. You can have this sprite which you select has multiple costumes. If you want to create one, you can click on choose a costume. You can choose a costume or paint it, suppress or upload a costume made by yourself. Then you have these sounds. Okay, so these are the sounds, and yeah, that could be great. So with all this, you can create a whatever you want. I have actually created a operating system using this, and yeah, it's coming up later in the video, in the series. But today, now, okay, I understand what you're feeling. Stop talking about later videos. Okay, let's concentrate on today's video. So as I told you, we are going to take a look at the motions tab today. So yeah, so first things first, you need to go to the events tab to add these orange bricks. What these bricks do is basically they are events. So when you like as you can see, when the red flag clicked, so basically when you click the red flag, the next code would occur. So the first thing you need is this. So just click it, drag it to this coding stage. Then go to the motions tab And as you can see, we have a ton of options here, but we are going to take a look at the very basic, and the first one, move X amount of steps. And the reason I said X, because you can have as many as you want. So let's take it to its original one first. Okay. So then you have, these kind of make common sense, when it's very easy for right now, but later, but it's very easy to understand what you're doing. It's not like complicated like this. Whatever, I'm not gonna talk about that. So basically, it is like when you click this red flag, it will move 10 steps, and yeah, that's about it. But I don't want 10 steps, I don't want 50 steps. So let's do 50. So, and now ready for the experiment. It's gonna work out. Okay. So when you click the go, it will walk 50 steps. As you can see here, it is x50 y0. So yeah, now if I do this, if I make it x minus 50, it's according to the graphical calculator. And guess what? You know what's gonna happen. It's gonna go to x0 y0. Now those who don't know what is this, it's basically a graphical calculator where you can determine the positions, and x0 y0 is basically the middle. The x, I don't know which is the x line or the y line, but you can find out on various sites. All I want to tell you that x0 y0 is the middle, and you can use these to determine the positions. You can even move them according to this. For example, if I do it 55 55, and this is like 50, it can also go into negative minus. As you can see, it would go there. If I want to bring it back, what I can do is, if I do it minus, it will go back, as you can see. And when I do this, it will walk 50 steps, so it is coming on the screen. Isn't it great? Whatever, just okay. So we are going to bring it back to x0 y0, which is again the middle of the screen. So it's gonna be 0 and x will be 0. And when you hit the enter, then the next thing which I am going to tell you is now the second command. So let's go over this. So head to the events section, and now we have the next one. And as I told you in the intro, it is not necessary for every time to click the flag, but when you want to go for the first command, it's always that you need to do it. So we have when space key pressed. You can choose anything you want from all these. You can even have any. I'm going to put any right now. So when any key is pressed, any key on your keyboard, it may be A, B, C, D, tab. I don't know. I'm not sure if tab works. Whatever. So let's go to the motion, and the next thing you want is this. Go to x0 y0, and you can of course customize these. So double tap them, and they are pretty much the same what I shown you right now. Just the fact that you can edit it here or just do it here. So I'm going to make it x50, y is going to be negative 50, minus 50, whatever. So when you have it, and now basically when you press any key on your keyboard, well, it will go to x50, y minus 50. So I'm going to press a key, S, U. Okay. So as you can see, wherever you take it, it would come there. You can also, pro tip, you can move it with your mouse, so you don't need to do random things here. And as you can see, it is working, fully functional. Okay. So the third command in the events menu is called the when this sprite click. Basically, when you click this sprite, the thing will happen. So let me take this to the middle first. Okay, so let's take it the block here. When this sprite is clicked, go to motion, and then this thing which is called turn to right side in X degrees. So you can customize this. Now I want 90 degrees because just that it is probably easy to show you guys. Then after this, now you don't need to click this. You can't click any key, you have to click the sprite. And as you can see, it's moving because of this command. and as you can see the direction is changing. It's going to 90. And also if you make it as a random number, as you can see it is showing you this one, and if you take it as a random number, say 52, this will work according to it. As you can see, it will never come to the straight because we are moving it by 90 degrees, and of course like 52 plus 90 is 90, so that isn't gonna work. If you want to get it back, well, you know what it is. Yeah, and as you can see this is pointing towards it. So yeah, that's this command. Then you have another thing which is called as go to random position, and you can choose the position. You can go to mouse pointer. I mean, it would look towards your mouse pointer. So when I click it, it would come to my mouse pointer. It is kind of bad because it would move there, because the thing we have attached is when this sprite is clicked. So let's make it something else. So let's take it here. Go to the events. No, events. Yeah, events. Then go towards the when flag clicked. Let's click the flag. No, even flag ain't working. So yeah. So you have to think about combination for all these. I mean, it's not that easy, and it is not that hard. And also, pro tip: if you want to know which block would fit, they have made it like a puzzle. So if this is extending towards down and this is as like a ditch kind of thing, it would fit in. And you also get this kind of thing saying that yes, it can fit there. So that's also easy. So basically, when I press any key on my keyboard, it would point over my cursor. As you can see here, it can follow my cursor. You don't have to click it, it would just follow it just like that. And yeah, as you can see, it's kind of fun. And the last thing in this video which I'm going to tell you is going to be looks, and not these costumes, that's basically for another video. It is these, say whatever you want for whatever seconds. So yeah, so you have this. When any key is pressed, say hello. Say hello. And when you press any key, well, guess what? Hello. It will ask you hello. Isn't that great? Probably. You know, another these kind of options. There is also one which is called ask, but again, that's not for this video. I will teach you that later. So you can do this. I mean, just say hello for X amount of seconds. Now, as you only have this one break and that, so it would say forever. But when you do this, I will keep it 5 seconds when any key is pressed. So it would wait for 5 seconds and it would go off. Yeah, as you can see there. Then next is thing. It's basically the same thing, apart from the thing like these will be changed to these. As you can see, when I press any key, so you can see this is changed to these circles, and yeah, that's what it happens. If you guys like the video, if you did, so click on like, share and subscribe. Meet you in the next video. Hope sure you learned something. You can try this at your home. Don't forget to share. Exiting Techno Spark. Goodbye.